Hey guys, Professor Mans here. Just wanted to share a couple of things with you at this midpoint in our session. Wanted to show you a couple of examples of what's related to your projects. I'm going to bring that up now. So I found a few things on the web that I think would relate to what you're creating. So one with this beach related thing, I just wanted to show you what you could use as a reference. Your lettering, placement of things. Also, here's another one. And I'm going to show you what you can see is consistent, which is a gradient background to sort of bring out the actual object in the foreground. And I'm going to show you how to quickly make that. So with this example here, with the different balls combined, sorry, that's my daughter yelling with her grandmother up front. She's playing. So if you hear that, hopefully there won't be anything you miss. So in any event, so I'm going to, instead of using doing this exact thing here, I'm just going to go ahead and I'll show you that I've just found, I'm going to use the planet Earth as my example here. I'm going to download this right here. I'm going to save this image and I'm going to save it in my downloads, of course, Earth 17. And then what I'll do is I'll go back over here to Photoshop, CC. I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to open up the Earth 17 and I'm going to go ahead and with my magic wand tool, let's go over to our quick selection tool and change it to magic wand tool. I'm going to unlock this layer, of course, double click it, and then I'm going to, of course, select the white area, and then I'm going to do a Shift Control I to invert, and then I'm going to I can actually cut this or copy it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new file. I'm going to call it magazine underscore add underscore 2. I'm going to make this set this up as inches, width 8.5. Of course, our height is 11. I'm going to make the resolution 300 just for the print example, right? And then say okay to that. I'm going to, of course, unlock this layer. I'm going to fill the background. Actually, I'm going to create a new layer first, then fill the background with the blue. All right. Now, what I'm going to do now is, just for the sake of just getting everything in, I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to paste my Earth in here. Here it is. Let me select my selection tool here and move it up a little bit here. And actually, I'm going to actually increase the size. I want to fill a little bit of this negative space on the left and right. So I'm going to do a Control T. I'm going to hold down the Shift button so that it increases the size uniformly. And then I'm going to let go the Shift button. And I'm going to line this up, center it. And let's move it up just a little bit here, like so. Now, what I'm going to do for the sake of and hit enter, what I'm going to do for the sake of the example of getting my gradient behind my Earth, first I will go ahead and add a new layer. I'm going to switch my colors here, white, the blue should be in the background. I'm going to select gradient. Select my radial gradient, and your opacity is going to be at 100. Come down to 25. And now what I'm going to do is drag from the top of the globe, from the top of Earth to the bottom of Earth. And as you can see, I've got gradient there. And what I'm going to do is the gradient was a little too high. So I'm going to go a little lower than the Earth. So let me do an undo. And let's go about here. And then I'm going to go to the end of Earth there. And, well, we still didn't get it low enough. Let's try one more time. And let's go down to the end. Now, you can't really see it, of course, because it's in front of the Earth. So I'm going to move this layer down and put it behind the Earth. Now, it's not large enough for us to see. So let me go back. And this takes some messing around with. So let's go ahead and do that again. Let's see. We'll have to make it a little larger. So let's start from the middle of Earth and go a little past Earth. And then, there we go. So that's a little better. And now we'll bring that layer down below layer 2. Layer 3 is going to be better. So now you can see the gradient behind the Earth. So now we're going to do, and let me take a look at, okay, so to compare the gradient below that picture, let's take a look. We're going to do a gradient below it, and it's going to span across the bottom of that, the Earth. And then we're going to put a little shadowing there, and I'll show you that as well. So let's go ahead and do that now. So now I'm going to add another layer. And in this layer, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do remaining on gradient, and I'm going to do from the middle of the Earth and go down and make another gradient. But this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Control T, and I'm going to move our gradient down like so, and stretch it to the edges like so, right? Now we're going to move this up like so. And you can eyeball that, hit enter. And so as you can see, there's a little edge there because we want this bottom gradient piece to be behind the one behind the Earth. So let's move that layer 4 below layer 3. And now you've got a better look there, right? So now we've got both our gradients, right? We got both our gradients here. It's not exactly like this. It could be, you could, make it or adjust it to your liking. And now I'm going to put this little shadow down here. And what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to go ahead and change this to black and white. And I'm actually going to add a new layer. And just for the sake of making sure I am keeping up with what each layer is doing, is I am going to label these. This is going to be the gradient. It's going to be gradient Earth. And this is going to be bottom. Right. And so we have one more gradient to do, which is the shadowing. And so I chose the black with white. We have our layer here that we're going to do that with. Now, what I'm going to do is take my radial tool, elliptical marquee tool rather, select that. I'm going to put it right here like so. And now what I'm going to do is in this layer, I'm going to go ahead and do another gradient, but I'm going to do it above, start above this marquee like so. And actually, we did it opposite. I'm sorry. So let me undo that. Let's swap and do this. And so we've got a little shadowing there. So now I can deselect like so. So we've got our little shadow there. And actually, I can move that over a little bit. Let's go ahead and select that. Let's go ahead and center that right underneath the earth like so. So now we have this little shadowing. We've got our gradient behind our earth. And so now everything else will just fall into place in terms of what you want to fill in terms of your text and anything else, right? So I would say now at this point, you would go into AI, create your text. But for the sake of the example, I'll just show you, I'll just do this, do a quick text here. And I'll say, we've got it in white. And I'll say something like, welcome to Earth. Now, this is a little larger than we want it to be. I think I could go with, we'll go down to 60. And then we'll do something like that. Right? And center it. Welcome to Earth. Something like that. There's a quick example. I hope this helps you guys in the motivation and in showing you a couple of things that how I work my way in Photoshop. Any questions, just let me know. And thanks for watching.